Well, what a good, it's a really good baseball game. Two really good starters going at it, and you know, we were after each inning we were saying, well, that's round one, that's round two, just like it was a fight, and you know, who's going to make a mistake or who's going to boot a ball or whatever, and you know, it's just both pitchers did a great job. When runners got on bases, they delivered pitches. You know, we got a double play ball, and you know, just give them credit for just matching us pitch for pitch. And we finally put together a really good inning there in the sixth. Casey got the big hit up the middle, and for a while there, it almost looked like it was going to be one of those nights where we were going to strand some runners. Kept having an opportunity to score a run, and we didn't do it. And Casey finally got the big hit, and then actually stole a base, and then Trevor delivered a ball down the right field line that gave us a 3-run lead at the time. And still didn't know if that was going to be enough. If how long was this great pitching going to last? And just give Isaiah a lot of credit. He gave us 8 innings. We were getting real close to taking him out after 7. And Coach Hobbs and I, as a matter of fact, were down there talking about it, kind of in our end. And we leave him in, we bring so and so in, and next thing you know, Isaiah came around the corner and said, "I'm good." And we just looked at each other and said, "Okay, we're gonna leave him in." And I've taken him out many a times this year early, and I've said, probably he knows exactly what I'm gonna say. Hey, we're gonna need this inning later in the season. And I think tonight we needed that inning, that 8th. He came through and got him out 1, 2, 3, and Cronin came in and did a tremendous job closing the door, going through 2, 3, and 4 in their order. And those guys are dangerous. So it's just a great game, good win for our team.
All right, questions for the student athletes. Matt?
Yeah, Zay, when you came back out for the game, were you lobbying to come back in, and then kind of what was your mindset to come back out?
Yeah, like Coach Van Horn said, they were talking about it in the dugout. I just came up to him and said, "I'm good." And that was kind of in the discussion. I said, "All right, you got it." My mindset was just attack hitters like I was doing all night. Just get ahead of hitters and let the defense work, and then just the strikeouts came in that last inning.
This is for Isaiah. I was going to ask Casey something too. But tonight when Dave took you out earlier in the season, did tonight you kind of understand where he was coming from?
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you can save some pitches or save innings earlier in the season, it's going to help you later in the season. And I mean, I didn't go over 100 pitches many times this year, and I think I threw 108 today. And I mean, I felt really fresh in that 8th inning. So those earlier games this year, they really helped tonight.
And Casey, could you talk? What'd you think of Isaiah's performance tonight? And if you could describe the 2-run single you had there.
I mean, he was outstanding tonight. He's been outstanding all year, but tonight you could kind of tell it was something different. Tonight was probably the best I've seen him keep control of his stuff throughout the whole game. And you could really tell in that 8th that he still had command for every pitch in his arsenal. And just did a great job keeping hitters guessing and not leaving too many balls out over the middle and hitting corners. And that kind of performance shows. And then, I just came out bases loaded with that single and was just looking for a pitch to hit. Threw me a slider that first pitch. So that next pitch, that 0-1 pitch, I was just looking for something near the zone, something I could hit hard, and he gave me something. I did what I could with it.
It was a fastball?
Yeah, fastball.
Hey, Isaiah, for the second press conference in a row, 2 coaches have raved about the job Casey does behind the plate since you work with him every day. Can you kind of expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, it's kind of tough to put into words how much fun it is to throw to Opitz. We just work really well together, and you never feel like you have to worry about the running game, but with Opitz, you can kind of take that away. He's going to throw out runners, and so if I do my job, he's going to do his job. And so, I mean, it's been fun all year going to Opitz. He frames really well, and he calls a really good game. So hopefully we do it for another week and maybe a couple more.
Wes?
Isaiah, when you came back out in the 8th, the crowd kind of went wild. Did you hear that? Did it give you a little energy?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I heard it. We had a big crowd tonight, so it was kind of tough not to hear it. But I mean, obviously it gave me a little adrenaline to keep going and get through the 8th. But for me, it was just stay in the present moment and just keep doing what I was doing all night, and that's what I did.
Matt?
Isaiah, the Lenovo was pitching really well there the first
Yeah, I mean, for me, facing a guy like Joel, he's gonna go early in the draft on Monday, and he's a really good pitcher, and so I was feeding off him going quick innings, because I knew if I just had to keep us in the ball game, and so I was feeding off him, and I had some quick innings, and then he kind of got in some trouble and started walking some guys, and we got him out of the game. So credit our hitters for doing a really good job getting his pitch count up. But then it was awesome when Franklin made that diving play. It keeps a runner off the bases and keeps me in the windup, and then that double play. I thought I struck him out on the pitch before. Umpire called a ball, and then I just made another pitch on a 3-2 and got the ground ball, and Kinley and Martin turned a really good double play right there.
Casey, you can just talk about Matt Cronin. He really set the tone there in the ninth, but then he had to climb the ladder. Just a combination of having to set the tone and then climb the ladder late, just kind of the electric stuff he had tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. With Cronin coming in, especially with that kind of fan base that we had tonight, all those people out there, that he was going to have some energy, and he was going to come out there and he's going to do what he does, which was pound the zone and get guys swing and miss. And that's what he did tonight. He was really good at it, and got in a little trouble with that third batter, and just the grit to have in that kind of situation, just keep pounding the strike zone 3-2 over and over. That kid had a really good at bat, and it was awesome to see the grit he had and the determination to not give in and not throw that fourth ball.
Isaiah, speaking of the draft, you might go Monday too. Have you even had a chance to think about that, the draft?
No, I haven't thought about the draft at all. My focus has been this team all year, and for me, it's just been go out and do what I've been doing all year, just compete, attack, and give this team a chance to win. So I haven't thought about the draft, and I won't until we win this regional. So it's not in my head at all.
And Casey, you guys obviously are in the best position, 2-0. You still got to finish it off. But how good do you guys feel about tomorrow night? And how do you feel? I assume Wicklander's going to start. How do you feel about that?
Really good. It's good to be in this kind of position we're in, and not have to play 2 tomorrow like the other team is going. But you can never take a game off. You can never take a pitch off in this kind of environment, in this regional. Both those teams that we can play tomorrow are really good, and if we don't come out there ready to play, they might take one from us. And then Wicklander, really excited for him. He's ready for this kind of situation. He's been getting better as the year's been going on, and I just got to keep him under control with that kind of crowd that we're going to have. And if I do that, then he'll be able to come out and have a really good performance.
Okay.
Isaiah, just describe what it took to transform yourself from the pitcher we saw last year to the pitcher capable of doing that tonight. How gratifying is it that you probably will hear your name called early in the draft?
Just from last year, I really learned from all the mistakes I made last year and the up and down season I had. Once Omaha was done last year, I just focused on this year and just really getting my mental focus there better. And I've done that really well this year, and it's shown. So just kind of taking away the ups and downs and being able to be more mentally tough. That's all I could take away from last year, and that's what it's got to me to this point this year.
Grant?
For both players, from your perspective, were you pretty confident that was not a home run, one that was foul?
Yeah, 100%. You could tell from the field that it was foul. I don't know if they saw something different, but it could have been kind of a ploy to just kind of slow the game down and get me on a routine or something, but you could definitely tell it was foul.
I agree with Isaiah.
Fellas, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, same thing for Coach Van Horn. Raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Matt?
Dave, if you remember last year in the regional, you took Isaiah out before you even got an out. I just wonder, have you ever seen a pitcher be able to grow from one year to another the way he has?
That's actually a really good question. I don't think so off the top of my head. Just the jump that he's made. He's always had talent. He's good, but to be so consistent, we'd see a little bit of what you saw tonight here and there. And you think about how he pitched last year in Omaha. I think against Florida he was really good. But just to kind of, just every week giving us a good start. It's been fun to watch. I'd have to say because of the consistency, made the biggest jump I've seen.
Obviously, you would have liked to get those runs in the early innings, but how big was it to continue to work him and get his pitch count?
Yeah, we did a really good job starting in about the fourth inning, getting his count up, because after 3, I think he was still in the 30s. And then I think maybe even one of those innings, he got a couple of quick outs, and then bang, we fouled off a bunch of pitches. We had a runner on, fouled off more, ended up throwing a bunch, and then, like I said, one of those 2 innings, he had to throw a lot of pitches. He had to work hard. You could tell he was getting a little bit frustrated. But if they all add up, and humid night, and I think, you know, both pitchers, obviously they're feeling a little extra stress because both teams aren't scoring. Their teams aren't scoring. They're thinking they got to keep it at 0, and you know, just a really good job by our hitters. You know, the end of the order, they were tough tonight. They did a good job.
You know, Dave Casey, he's batting 9. I know he's batting about 240, but we talked. He's had a lot of clutch hits winning SEC games for you, hitting that big home run against LSU. What is it about him that he seems to come through when you need him to?
Well, I mean, I don't think he's scared. Number one, and he plays pretty much every game, and he's a catcher. Obviously, he's sitting right in there and comfortable in that area of the field, and you know, he hasn't let a bat or 2 get to him, and you know, it's just his makeup. You know, he wants to be there, whether he's hitting 240 or 440. He doesn't care. He just wants to have an opportunity to help the team win.
Eric?
Coach Van Horn, can you talk about Ezel and just every time you look up the guys on base, is he just seeing everything good right now? Obviously setting the standard for your lineup.
You know, his first at bat, the first hitter of the game, he fouled off a bunch of pitches. First pitch reads at 97 miles an hour on the board. Whether it was or wasn't, I don't know. But, you know, you could hear the moan and groans, and people were thinking, wow. And, you know, Trevor's fouling pitch after pitch off, took a slider, hooked the ball just foul, almost got a double. He ended up striking out, but he had a good at bat. That was the only time they got him out. Hit a ball off the end of the bat, gets an infield single, and he gets 3 doubles. One to left center, one down the right field line, and one kind of got lost in the high sky there. And yeah, I mean, he's seen it good. He's confident. You know, he's swinging the bat better than he's swung it all year right-handed right now. You know, I always thought he was a better left-handed hitter, but lately, man, he's been really good from the right side.
Listen.
Coach, talking about Casey Martin, still looking for that first hit, and as the rest of this offense kind of finds their groove, what's the message to Casey right now going through this?
Well, I think he's staying pretty strong. Last year, he wouldn't have been able to handle this mentally. He'd have been going crazy, and just as long as we're winning, he's fine. And you know, he took some good swings tonight. He actually took some good swings last night. It's you know, I believe it's coming, and I hope when it does, it's big time in the game, and it'll be a big relief for him. You know, we gave him an opportunity to push bunt tonight, and I guess it was the top of the 9th. Pitch kind of rode in on him a little bit. He almost got it past the pitcher. He would have got him a hit there, but he ended up getting a sacrifice, or I don't know what they scored it. But you know, he didn't take his offensive issues to the field today. I thought he played really well out there.
Matt?
You only had to use 5 pitchers through 2 games. I mean, has this been the best case scenario from a pitching standpoint?
Yeah, I would say so. You know, we had Cody up a little bit, Scroggins up, so you know, sometimes if you throw him too much down in the pen, it's almost like pitching him in the game. So I'm not sure if he's available tomorrow or not, but we have pretty much everybody else available, and possibly Cody. But it's been, you know, it started out well yesterday with the starter giving us almost 6 innings, and then we used 2 more, and then obviously tonight 2, and you know, but it's like I told the players after the game, what a great game, what a great win. Threw out a few compliments, some guys that did some things, but really we haven't done anything yet, so we just have to stay focused on where we're at right now.
Hey, you probably just answered. I was going to ask you. You're where everybody wants to be after 2 games in every regional. You're 2-0, and you're at home where you guys have been really, really good. Just how do you feel about where you are and finishing this thing off?
This reminds me of that question you asked last night.
Which one?
It's pretty obvious.
Okay.
You asked me how do I feel about having Isaiah going tonight or tomorrow night. kind of the same answer. I feel real good about being at home and being 2-0. I mean, we're right where we want to be, but in the same breath, we still haven't done anything. We still have a lot of work to do. So, and our guys know that.
Any more questions for Coach Van Horn? Coach, thank you for your time.
David, that was a good